What happens when silence finally shatters? When heartbreak collides with betrayal? Tonight, we journey through the unraveling of America's most famous plural family, the Browns. A son gone too soon. A wife walking away. Another reclaiming her voice. And one left clinging to survival. This is not just reality television. This is grief, fracture, and fallout. Stay with us, because in the next hour, we'll reveal secrets behind Garrison's funeral. The true reasons Meri walked, Christine's hidden strength, Robyn's desperate survival, and the one question every fan is asking, who falls next?
I'm pregnant again. This is my 6th baby. We know she's a girl, and her name is going to be Truly.
That's funny.
Truly's not the only new thing in our family, though. Right now, Kody's courting Robyn, and what that means is that our family's getting to know her family, possibility of another sister wife.
What happens when silence shatters? When grief collides with old wounds? Tonight, we uncover the heartbreaking truth behind the funeral of Sister Wives star Garrison Brown and why one Brown son has finally broken his silence. Was this a moment of family unity, or the breaking point that fans feared would never be repaired? Stay with us, because what you'll hear next changes everything about how you see Kody, Janelle, and the entire Sister Wives family. For years, fans watched the cracks in the Brown family deepen. Garrison, Janelle, and Kody's son was often seen as the peacemaker, the quiet soldier who never asked for the spotlight. But behind the cameras, a storm was brewing. And when tragedy struck, it wasn't just grief that came to the surface. It was resentment, secrets, and a son's unfiltered truth. Fans expected Garrison's funeral to be a time for healing. Instead, it exposed every wound the Browns had buried under years of reality TV. Kody's presence or absence at key moments has always been controversial. But at his own son's funeral, the tension was undeniable. One brother breaking his silence revealed the details fans never saw. He described Kody's words as hollow, empty condolences. A father who appeared more concerned with appearances than with loss. Meanwhile, Janelle, heartbroken, yet strong, stood by her children, quietly pushing forward as Kody's distance grew louder than his presence. Family members whispered about private arguments. Some alleged Kody tried to control who could attend, sparking outrage among siblings already divided by years of favoritism. One son's raw account paints a picture so shocking, it left fans questioning if reconciliation is even possible. His words, "I didn't lose just my brother. I lost the father I thought I had left." The twist? Fans weren't the only ones blindsided. Insiders claim certain Sister Wives crew members were instructed not to film parts of the funeral, a decision that fueled suspicion and fan backlash online. Was this about privacy or protecting Kody's image? That's the question fans are demanding answers to. And just when you think it can't get darker, the son breaking silence shared one last confession. He claims Garrison, in his final months, felt abandoned not only by his father, but by the very structure of plural marriage. This revelation reignited debates across America. Did the Brown family's lifestyle contribute to Garrison's struggles? Or was it years of public pressure under the TLC spotlight? The climax came when fans united, demanding accountability. Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, all lit up with one resounding message: enough is enough, Kody. Viewers who once sympathized with Kody now call him the villain of his own family. The father who couldn't show up, even when it mattered most. And yet, the story doesn't end here. With one son speaking out, the silence in the Brown family is broken forever. Will more voices rise? Or will the walls of secrecy close in again? In the end, Garrison's funeral became more than a private goodbye. It became a mirror reflecting the fractures of a family once portrayed as whole. The silence is gone. The truth is raw. And the world is watching. What do you think? Was Kody unfairly portrayed, or does this confirm every suspicion fans have had for years? Drop your thoughts below. We read every single comment. And if you believe Garrison's story deserves to be heard, share this video so the truth isn't buried in silence. Part 2. What happens when the cracks in sister wives finally split into a collapse? Now, we dive into the shocking unraveling of the Brown family dynasty. Meri walks away. Christine speaks out. Robyn clings to what remains. But the question haunting fans across America is, who falls next? Stay with us, because the next hour will reveal the betrayals, the alliances, and the twists that could change the sister wives' legacy forever. For years, the Browns sold the dream of plural unity. 4 wives, 1 husband, 18 children. But behind the TLC cameras, the dream was crumbling piece by piece. And the first piece to break? Christine. When Christine left, it wasn't just a wife walking away. It was a revolution, and the spark that lit the fire of collapse. But if Christine started the rebellion, Meri sealed it. After decades of emotional neglect and scandal, Meri finally closed the chapter that fans long knew was over. With Christine gone and Meri walking away, all eyes turned to the last pillar standing, Robyn. The so-called favorite wife. The one Kody defended, even as the others withered. But Robyn's survival comes at a price. Because while she rides on, she faces the fury of fans who accuse her of destroying everything. The emotional conflict is undeniable. Christine is thriving, smiling, dating, embracing her freedom. Meri is cautiously stepping into independence, though still scarred by rejection. And Robyn? She clings tighter to Kody, desperate to preserve what remains of her family unit. But here's where the suspense deepens. Behind the scenes, Kody's anger is boiling. Insiders say his resentment toward Meri and Christine is only matched by his fear that Janelle could be next. Could Janelle be the final domino? Fans think so. And if she falls, Kody's world may collapse completely. Meanwhile, Christine isn't staying silent. She's speaking out in interviews, podcasts, and fan Q&As, throwing shade at Robyn, exposing the favoritism and painting a picture of Kody as a man who traded unity for control. And the more Christine speaks, the louder fans cheer, while Kody and Robyn sink deeper into isolation. But here lies the conflict. Meri and Christine may be gone, but their shadows loom over Robyn's every move. Every tear she cries is met with suspicion. Every defense she makes is drowned out by backlash. The climax arrives with one haunting question. If plural marriage has already collapsed, who is Kody without it? The twist? Even Robyn, the last standing wife, may not hold on forever. Fans speculate her loyalty masks growing cracks. With financial strain, public humiliation, and dwindling support, Robyn's ride may not last. What if the so-called favorite becomes the final casualty? And then came the fan backlash. Social media exploded. TikTok edits mocking Kody's favoritism. Reddit threads celebrating Christine's glow-up. Twitter hashtags like hashtag Team Christine and hashtag Justice for MEI trend week after week. Christine is celebrated as a hero. Meri as a survivor. Robyn as the villain. And Kody? Cast as the man who lost it all. But the story isn't finished. Janelle's choice, stay or go, could be the ultimate twist. The one decision that decides whether the Brown family story ends or drags into one last season of heartbreak. In the end, the sister wives experiment promised love and unity. But it delivered division, sorrow, and betrayal. Meri walked away. Christine spoke out. Robyn rode on. The only question left is who falls next. This isn't just a TV storyline. It's a reflection of broken promises, of women reclaiming their power, and of fans demanding honesty from a family they grew up watching. So what do you think? Will Janelle finally walk? Will Robyn crumble under the pressure? Or will Kody find himself the last man standing alone? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one. If you believe Christine and Meri deserve their voices heard, together, let's keep uncovering the truths reality TV won't show you. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. The world first met the Browns in 2010. 4 wives. 1 husband. 18 children. They promised unity, love, and faith. But behind TLC's polished edits, the cracks widened with each season. Fast forward to 2024, tragedy strikes. Garrison Brown, son of Janelle and Kody, is gone. And at his funeral, the silence broke, exposing truths no camera crew had ever captured. And one brother's words at that funeral sent shockwaves across the family and the fandom. At the same time, Meri, the first wife, finally walked away for good. Christine, long gone, spoke louder than ever. And Robyn? She rode on, carrying the weight of favoritism, fan backlash, and survival. The Brown story became not just one of plural marriage, but of collapse. Let's go deeper. The funeral. Sources close to the family describe an atmosphere thick with grief and resentment. One son broke his silence. I didn't just lose my brother that day. I lost the father I thought I had left. Fans on Reddit echoed the pain, with one comment reading, Kody looked more like a guest than a grieving father. Was this a farewell, or the final fracture? Meanwhile, Meri's slow-motion exit tells its own story. Decades of rejection. The infamous catfishing scandal. And Kody himself declaring on air, I don't consider myself married to Meri. When Meri officially walked, fans saw not just a woman leaving a marriage, but reclaiming dignity after years of public heartbreak. Christine, the rebel wife, meanwhile speaks out in interviews, podcasts, and social media. Her message is clear. Favoritism destroyed the family. And in her words, Robyn was always at the center. Christine's freedom became Robyn's burden. As Christine smiled, Robyn cried. And fans picked sides. On Facebook, groups with tens of thousands of members lit up. Hashtag Team Christine, hashtag Justice for Meri. Meanwhile, Robyn was labeled the homewrecker, the favorite, the one who broke the sisterhood. But was it really Robyn, or was it always Kody's choices? And hovering over all of this, Janelle. Strong, steady, practical Janelle. Fans whisper, Will she be the last domino? Or will she outlast them all? The suspense builds. If Janelle falls, does the Brown family story end forever? Let's not forget the legal backdrop. After Christine left, Kody legally remained tied only to Robyn. Meri and Janelle were spiritually married, but never legally. This gave Robyn and Kody full control, financial and otherwise. To many fans, this wasn't love. It was strategy. And it made the backlash fiercer than ever. And here comes the climax. Garrison's funeral wasn't just a farewell, it was a mirror. A mirror reflecting the broken father-son bond, the collapse of unity, and the silenced grief of siblings who felt abandoned. At the same time, Meri's walkout wasn't just personal freedom, it was a signal. That silence had ended. That truth would be spoken. But the twist. Even Robyn, the last standing wife, may not last forever. Insiders suggest financial stress and fan pressure weigh heavily. Could Robyn herself one day say enough? Meanwhile, Christine thrives in independence. Her glow-up is everywhere. Fans compare her strength to Meri's quiet dignity. And both women are celebrated as survivors of a system that broke them. Robyn, however, becomes the lightning rod, the villain in online discourse. Twitter hashtags, Reddit threads, TikTok edits, all painting her as the destroyer of the sisterhood. But maybe the true villain isn't Robyn. Maybe it's the structure of plural marriage itself and the man at its center. Kody Brown. Once the patriarch. Now cast as the man who lost it all. In post-event analysis, experts note that plural marriage often collapses under favoritism, jealousy, and legal pressure. Fans agree, the Brown story is just the most public example. The emotional payoff, Garrison remembered as a gentle soul caught in the storm. Meri remembered as resilient. Christine remembered as bold. Robyn remembered as conflicted. And Kody remembered as alone. So who falls next? Janelle? Robyn? Or does the collapse already stand complete? One thing is certain, the silence is gone. The truth is raw. And the world is watching. In 2015, Meri's world took a shocking turn. She became the victim of an online catfishing scheme, believing she was speaking to a man, when in truth, it was a woman deceiving her for months. The fallout was devastating. Fans accused Meri of betrayal. Kody accused her of destroying trust. And Meri herself admitted, "I was emotionally vulnerable. I was seeking something I wasn't getting at home." This scandal didn't just fracture her marriage. It shattered the image of sister wives' unity. TLC cameras caught the tears, but what they didn't show was the years of quiet distance that followed, leading Meri step by step toward her ultimate walkout. Some fans say the catfishing wasn't the scandal, it was the symptom. Proof that Meri was already abandoned long before she left. Let's slow down to the day of Garrison's funeral. Morning arrived heavy with silence. One by one, family members gathered. Janelle stood strong, though her face carried exhaustion no mother should bear. Then came the siblings, some with red eyes, others refusing to make eye contact. Finally, Kody arrived. Observers noted the distance, a father whose words felt formal, almost rehearsed. "I'm sorry," he said, but his son's words still echoed. "I lost the father I thought I had left." The ceremony was beautiful. Flowers, folded programs, military touches honoring Garrison's service. Yet beneath the rituals, the tension was undeniable. Every hug, every glance, felt like a chapter closing, and a wound widening. Was this truly a farewell, or the moment the Browns became a family only in name? Beyond emotion lies the question of power. When Christine left, when Meri walked legally, nothing tied them to Kody anymore. Only Robyn remained, his one legal wife. That meant finances, contracts, and TLC earnings were in her hands and his. Fans noticed immediately. Christine's departure came with freedom, but also financial separation. On Reddit, one user wrote, "Follow the money. That's why Robyn stays. That's why Kody protects her." The shift from spiritual marriage to legal contract wasn't just symbolic. It rewrote the entire Brown empire. And it fueled resentment, both within the family and among fans who saw favoritism not just in love, but in the bank account. If money is power, then was Robyn ever really the favorite wife or simply the only legal one? While the Browns struggled in private, fans erupted in public. On TikTok, thousands of edits compared Christine's glow-up with Robyn's tears. On Reddit, threads with titles like Kody's House of Cards climbed to the top. Facebook groups turned into rallying cries. "We stand with Meri. We stand with Christine." One YouTube comment, "Robyn may ride on, but the fans will never forgive." The backlash was so fierce that even TLC was forced to edit episodes more carefully, cutting back on Robyn's crying scenes, aware that viewers no longer sympathized. Christine and Meri walked away with fan support. Robyn stayed, but became the villain in her own story. Psychologists warn that plural marriage often collapses under the weight of favoritism. Studies show jealousy and inequality are not the exception, they are the rule. When families already fractured face tragedy, funerals can intensify divides rather than heal them. TLC. The network profited from every tear, every confession, every fight. But when the cameras left, the Browns were left to pick up the pieces. So was this collapse inevitable, or was it accelerated by the spotlight of reality TV? Let's step back and see the story in full. Garrison remembered as a kind, gentle soul caught between loyalty and pain. Meri, a woman who waited too long for love that never came. Christine, the rebel who found strength in freedom. Robyn, the survivor, loved by one, rejected by millions. And Kody, the patriarch, left with power but losing his family. Their story is not just about polygamy. It's about love, neglect, survival, and the courage to walk away. But as fans ask every week, with Meri gone, Christine free, Robyn holding on, and Janelle wavering, who falls next? What do you think? Was Kody unfairly portrayed? Was Robyn truly the favorite, or just the scapegoat? Drop your thoughts in the comments, we read everyone. If you believe Meri, Christine, and Garrison's stories deserve to be remembered, hit like, share this video, and subscribe for more deep dive documentaries. And don't miss our next episode, Christine's new life, love, freedom, and the Brown family fallout.